to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
All right. It's open. It's
Because they close it early on.
they're doing a select board meeting tonight too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yesterday.
So.
Are they doing the pickpocket dam things up here or is it town hall?
I'm not sure.
of the dam.
Are we being filmed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just asking.
Gavin. So, motion to approve, previous meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve previous meeting minutes.
Aye.
All in favor?
I,
All right, thank you. Unanimous. Okay, so I have the membership change, so, Todd and Daniel have one. So, yeah, we were gonna make the motion to have
How did you?
Danielle. I don't know if I've never met her, but she was an alternate. We just never could make it work with her schedule.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know, can we do this if Bruce is not here? Can
I
we?
think we should probably,
I would.
Okay.
I mean, unless he had said he was interested.
I mean, he comes to the meetings and we all thought he was. I think he thought he was too
Yeah.
until Nico looked and clarified it. So,
Next meeting will be, I guess we can wait. I don't even know if we're gonna be, is everyone gonna even be in town in June? Oh,
why don't we find out what Tom's opinion was?
yeah.
And then have to fill the balance.
Yeah.
No. Term, is it timeframe or term limit? All that.
It's just a time frame. It's a
It's a
term
term,
limit.
it's a term, yeah.
Yeah, term limit.
All right, signage, Mary Page said she was going to present something, she was gonna look into one of the towns we talked about, and then get back to us when she comes in next week.
Well, I went to Kittery and took pictures, which I sent you all,
Mm-hmm.
of the signage there, so it wasn't exactly what we thought.
Did you?
No, you had to open it up and.
Yeah, I thought it was, the only other one,
Yeah.
the only other, I thought that was electronic, but the only, I know there is one in Sanford, Maine. It's,
Oh, I'm not going to say.
No, I know.
I went to Kittery.
Drive all the way up.
I went past it today, I should have taken a picture, yesterday I should have taken a picture.
Is it at their town offices or?
Yeah, it's at the town office,
Then I will call Sanford and ask them, will you take a picture of your sign for me?
yes.
Yes. I'm in another state and we hear your sign is great.
I was able to check with a few town administrators, and their advice was the best approach is maybe we do it almost multiple choice with here's a couple or three different options of what this sign could sort of evolve into, and I think we have a better chance of being adopted.
You know, the one in Sanford is a video, so it's a screen. Not like just a sign like you see the ones on Portsmouth Avenue where they're gonna flush the sewer.
Right. So you say it's literally a monitor.
It's a
where-
monitor, yeah.
Like
It's an outdoor monitor.
video clips. Can be-
Exactly.
Sounds-
So I'm just looking here, so the vacant term, which must be Todd's because his name isn't listed anymore, is April 2025. And coincidentally, Bruce's alternate term is April 2025, so
Right, so.
I know Epping, the school district now has their brick sign. It's like bricked in with the four, and then it's got the big, but it's like digital, really, it's like excessively bright. But it does change, it like flashes, you know, like if it says something about this date and then
Tuning in to
there's a
Exeter
holiday.
TV.
So.
Exeter TV is the town's public and
know
government
how
access
people feel
channels
about-
available.
because those LEDs are so bright now, so that's I think kind of what we had thought about, like a digital, but something that just changes.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to the secretary and see, or the school board, I don't know, but I'll see if I can find out some information on that sign.
presumably you can put it on a timer too, and so it
Yeah.
shuts off at 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock or whatever we
Right.
decide.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people riding around Exeter.
Get people out.
Yeah, they might come out just to see what the sign
What's
says.
coming up.
Okay, town website, Scott and I and Dave, we met with Bob Gladney, 7 months ago.
April 16th.
To be exact. Yeah.
To discuss some of the things that we talked about before, like ease of use. Can we find the application easily? Is there someplace on the website, like there were some links that weren't working. So now, the rules and stuff still aren't updated, so I think that's gonna have to be, the select board are gonna have to decide on, town hall use rules, because that's still listed. But when you go to the website now, so like where they have like the calendar. So now when you go to about town use facility, like when you click right there, it's like in nice big bold letters now. If you want to apply, it's right here. And then the events we talked about, were they going to be here, like for the town hall? I know we talked about this thing, but I can't remember now.
Is it already select? Oh no, it's everything.
Yeah, so you can go to the, right here.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
You can go and there's a drop down menu. Ooh,
That already looks better. Because before it was really hard to see. You could only do it kind of like by week, and then it would be so long that you couldn't.
Yeah.
And so now you can click on Town Hall Art Gallery and see who's there.
Oh, for that, yeah, that's
But
much
it
better.
doesn't say there, it just says like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., like generic. This seacoast is gonna be in there all month.
But sometimes if you click on that, I think there's a pop-up that will give you,
Yeah.
sometimes we'll have a little more information.
There's an opportunity to have more information is kind of what we were getting at with Bob.
Like on the application, could somebody write, like, what would you want it to say on the,
Right, like a blurb of
Right.
so it was kind of, I think with the application and some of the rules, I think it was to be continued because, you know, like using the downstairs would be different from using the upstairs and what kind of processes and stuff would we want people to remember? Like not opening the exit door on the second floor, like things like that might be different if there's art in the gallery versus.
Yeah. They'll be moving furniture.
Yeah.
So I think if this group has proposed rule changes, we should like get those in writing and then we can present them to the select board to add. If we have to, I'm not entirely sure. If there are rules that may not need approval. But, and then back to that calendar too, where there's like an opportunity to have more information. I think that's something we need to like talk more about too. Like for example, the art gallery, like we saw it was reserved like all this time, but on the application, we could ask follow-up questions like, does your rental include hours open to the public? Yes. Okay, when are those dates and times? Okay, so then like you were saying, you click on it, someone could see, oh, all right, like it's open from blah, 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 because they're having this art show.
Right.
But it may be reserved the whole week, but the public hours, like open to the public, are the weekend only or something like that. And we talked about, like even just having like a QR code, like right over there, because people are always walking over and they're like, we heard there's an art gallery here, we want to go see it. So QR code could take you directly to that calendar. And then that's where, so at least.
Who does all your stuff for events? Because now I'm on the Parks and Rec mail newsletter.
Yeah.
You guys do a terrific job of putting together that.
The news, like that email.
Yeah.
So myself, Greg, Caroline, we all sort of work on that MailChimp newsletter that the town's adopted recently.
Because I mean, every event you have a beautiful
Oh yeah,
advertisement for it.
Canva is great. Yeah, some of the best flyers. It's just super easy to use. You don't have to be a marketing person. They have thousands of templates, and the images are great because you can't just pull any image from Google. You need a license usually for them. So it's really nice. It makes it easy.
Yeah, this calendar, I mean, that is already way better but that's really more people, I think, interested in putting in applications. It's really not designed for someone who's like, hey, what's going on in town? 'Cause it's everything that's on there. So like every youth sport event on town properties on there. So you really got to filter through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about that too, right? Didn't, like, when you, if there was a block for that, oh, now where is it? Didn't chat, I really didn't have that many open. So, where did I find it? Facilities and parks. So on this page, we had also talked about, if there was just the town hall, instead of that event on the town hall, would there maybe be like a separate calendar there? Like a more like, this is for Joe Schmo on the street kind of calendar versus the other one for a renter? I know we talked about something.
And there was one, a couple years ago, there was kind of a special event or annual event, you know, there was something on the town
I think
website.
there is one, it's just not connected.
I think your idea is a good one. Of when somebody submits an application, when will you be open to the public during this period?
Yeah.
Then that could feed something that to a calendar for the public that says things to do in Exeter. Just boom.
Maybe on the, you know, there's literally a bottom section that says, if you'd like to be included on the community event calendar, answer below. So then it's like, they're checking it, which then triggers, you know, okay, and if you want to be included, here's the information you have to give us. And then that way, whoever's doing it's just cutting and pasting as opposed to filtering through.
Yeah. The calendar that's on there now that has a ton of different colors, blocks, that's already in place. So I think that idea was like, we just use that to get started as opposed to like creating a whole new calendar. It's just for like public town events.
Yeah, I think there is a separate town events. Yeah, there's the annual events. So I don't know if that would be something that could include. So yeah, so the town events calendar, again, is one of those calendars where it shows like possibly or something like that.
Yep.
So that could be like for you and I as the customer, you're like, let me look here to see what's at the gallery. And that might be the one that has more information. I know we talked about doing that in the future.
I don't know if we would do it on this calendar because that is like departments and committees only.
Okay. Because we talked about like if it was under like our committee.
Right. Yeah. Sort of a tab that's
and certain
community events or arts and culture events.
Yeah, because certain things could be and could be.
And maybe, and I know you guys are part of it for a little bit, but I mean, Bob and XTV, I mean, they're always seeking out the community events and the information anyway to cover. So maybe would it make sense if you guys are processing the permits, maybe if it's checked, you know, we want to be on the calendar, then maybe it goes to them. Yeah. And then they're creating some kind, because they're going to look to cover it anyway. Yeah. So, but then it's like, hey, it's in your wheelhouse to add it to the calendar and maybe follow up to get them in the report that they do anyway, because they spend a lot of time hunting people down.
Yeah, they came in like last week and did a quick flip for me of the parade.
Yeah. Well, and I know we talked about, you know, if it's all local culture and stuff that we're supporting as a committee, would that be just enough to have it fall under like us? And then so here it is, just us, arts and culture, and then we could say, yes, there's something that we're supporting, and we'll put it there.
I don't know anybody's going to be looking for the committee to maintain a calendar. I think they're going to look to the facility or even Parks and Rec, because like I said, I was impressed with what you do to advertise.
Everything they do is good.
And maybe if we're just sort of, we come up with the sentence or the blurb of like, this is what's going to fall under this community, I mean, maybe it's arts, culture, community calendar, so that if it's a K race or something, that obviously should still go on there. It's not arts and culture, like arts, culture, community.
But I like the idea, so you get a picture of the town hall, you click on your, what's happening at the town hall, boom. Calendar.
That you don't have to hunt, search for.
Yeah.
So that's on the person.
These rocking chairs are pretty nice.
I'm,
Gonna put me to sleep.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then, so would we want to, the rules and regulations for using that building, do we want to come up with, do a subcommittee again and just hammer that out and then submit that to, I guess, Parks and Rec and the select board and see, like, should we recommend, because this one on the, here is from 2013.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I think it would, I don't know what you think, but do all of this as one sort of like little packet that's
yeah.
Yeah.
goes
Yeah.
multiple times for multiple things, just sort of like, hey, here's our proposal or recommendations for updates for the website, for the rules and regs. You know, we definitely talk about helping Parks and Rec get something that's a addendum for it there, that, you know, this is the number of tables that are here. So
Yeah.
the number of chairs that are in use,
Yeah.
you know, like, this is what you're getting, this is where the stuff goes,
Yeah.
it needs to go back, that kind of stuff.
maybe that could be an action item at the next meeting. People come prepared, like, these are
Yeah,
rule changes or additions that we'd like to see and discuss, and probably just nail it out then.
let's do it.
And I'll, in the meantime, talk with Nico or Russ and be like, is this something that needs to be presented, approved by?
Yeah.
If it's a few rules, I don't think it would, but I'll double check anyways.
It's pretty much similar to what the Exeter, arts community kind of already had over there, for like how to run the top floor. I just don't know what would be different, but like, I've never really done anything in the bottom floor, so I guess that would be maybe more doable else, and we can figure that out. So just, I have like the rules and regs coming up with that, maybe, the calendar, and that's updated, and having that thing on the application, like a little, if you want to be added, I like that, like a little checkbox. And then hopefully there'll be an image someday at the town hall on the parks, facilities page, and then that'll link to something
Yeah.
more direct, and then the QR code on the door. Do we know if that's already up? I know we talked about it.
No, it's not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I need to double check on something like that. Adding at the bottom of the application, do you want to be included? Should be fine, but
Okay. Okay. And then, I mean, I just had us circling back to how can we increase use, but, for that whole building in general, but I don't know if we have anything new to talk about. This is from last time.
I mean, I think.
Well, I also,
Yeah.
one other thing you may want
Segue into
to
that.
think about on this application is not only do you want to be included, but if they've got a website link, why not put the website?
Yeah.
link?
Yeah.
So if they've got, Pine Street Players, they've got their description of what the event is.
Yeah, definitely.
Good idea.
Yeah.
More info.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know when you want me to talk about it, Marissa, but
Yeah,
there
that's
was,
good now.
it was a stakeholders meeting, and I know,
Yeah.
Dave, you were there.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because I.
So our Cove architects who had done the conditions assessment, they also worked with the preservation company who did the historic assessment. And they also did our Cove did the feasibility study, which is the one that took input from they came up with some proposals, took input from the stakeholders, went back and redid it, and then came up with a proposed set of plans and modifications and a rough cost estimate. And I say rough, meaning there's no bids in this, it's just their estimate based on their experience. I can, if you want, I'll just take a little bit of time to go through
Yeah,
it.
please, thank you.
So the major item, so this is the existing, this is called ground floor. So this is where finance is, and where the chamber is here, and you've got the bathrooms here. What they're proposing, with everything that's got dashes goes away. And what will be in its place is you'll have the offices here. There would be the elevator would go all the way down to the first floor, so you can actually get at the bathrooms from inside the building, which is an interesting. There'd be a family toilet. There's another.
Is Molly here? She's supposed to have an interview with Parent.
Oh, my Molly. Yeah. Oh, I don't think so. She has interview over the.
Oh, for the
committee.
park.
No, hold on. Well, they should do that.
Huh.
Is it 7 or now? Okay.
Could it be in a different location? Or
No, it's gonna go down. So, yeah, the elevator would be in the same spot, but it would just go down
Yeah.
to the ground floor. The bathrooms would be rejiggered a little bit,
Yeah.
make them accessible. They'd rejigger this, so this actually would be accessible. And then you'd have another
I'm
exit.
sorry, what do you mean rejigger it? What-
No, right now there's a step, so it's, even though there's a
Oh.
ramp, it's not accessible.
Oh, you want to go in here
Yeah.
to the restrooms or outside? Gotcha.
This stairwell is important because this provides a second means of egress, so the outside fire escape can go away.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then you've got the main floor, which would, what it would look like here is, this is they've just laid out chairs. What would be added is there'd be a rooms built back here, toilet, support, can be whatever, it says support, but it could be dressing room, it could be costume storage, it could be whatever you'd like, and then there's a hallway here. You see, here's the steps, so we replaced the stairs of death
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
code compliant stairs.
No, this is the back of this
This is the back,
stage.
so the stage is here, so the
Okay,
chairs are, this
gotcha.
is the back of the stage.
But is she coming in the door right now? I just saw somebody walk up.
Carry on.
So there would be storage added, and then this, it's undefined what this current, what we would call the ticket room is. We use for to be storage here, storage here. And then the mezzanine, well, actually, no, I mean,
The elevator stops at the basement,
first, the main
the
floor.
main floor, the stage,
Oh,
the mezzanine, and the art gallery, which I
Right.
thought was neat. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's-
So this is the mezzanine or the balcony, whatever you want to call it. They would extend the floor here so that you would have a walkway across, and you'd have a green room, whatever you want to have. Again, rehearsal room, whatever you want to have back
This is
there.
the second floor?
This is mezzanine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
So, and again, the elevator would have a stop there. They moved the seats around a little bit so that it's code compliant. So they moved them back so that you'll have to walk down next to the railing.
So there's only one row.
Yeah, one row on the
Two
side.
before, right?
Only
Yeah.
one row on the sides.
Yeah.
because more- They put AV here, which, I asked Ben Anderson, does that work for people? Would you want to be on the floor? He said, no, that works, that would work. To have,
I mean, like mixing consoles
Yep,
and stuff?
yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I know.
they probably want to be in the middle because
Right,
you're mixing
right,
up them, but,
But, we got a stairwell there.
right.
So that would be set up, again, this would be new. All of this is, these aren't new floors, but they would jigger the height on this. This would be new, this would be new, this would be new.
they added that front, if you go back. The ceiling in this room
Right,
is like 20 something feet.
Yeah.
They basically added a floor. And
right, that's what
That's
this
what,
is.
so that's like a whole new
Okay.
room.
So that's the room on top of the room?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's just the top of
That's
the foyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
That's
just still open all the way. I got you.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, I guess that could be, I'll ask some professional mixing guys, but I guess, you could have the sort of booth for mixing as far over as you can to be as close to the center
Yeah.
as possible.
And then this is the existing second floor and gallery floor. And what they would, not much change here except that they carved the big bathroom up into two. Put a
Yeah.
custodial closet in there.
yeah.
And then, again, the elevators would stop there like it does today. This would be storage. This would be rejiggered again. It would be one big room because the stairwell is going to be out of there. And all that stairwell's into one corner.
So what kind of stairwell is it? Is it?
But just the landings, it's 8 steps landing, 8 steps up.
Okay.
And then you can see in the windows, when you look at the elevations, you can see this is that new floor called the practice room at the mezzanine level. This is that new AV room over what I guess we call the ticket room.
That's good.
And I think that's about it. Well, then, anything else? I guess these are just basically the same. But you can see here's that stairwell in the corner, runs top to bottom, and the fire escape is gone.
And,
But
So this is the back of the building.
okay,
This is towards the bank.
yeah, okay,
Towards, I think, not the ATM, towards the bank.
right.
what was their decision on like, the HVAC stuff?
Well, they didn't do much.
Okay.
They presented all this, they basically said the base design is using heat pumps, and they just they stuck a number in of $500,000 for HVAC. Seems high to me.
Yeah.
Especially since when I asked the question about did you take into consideration the fact that like finance and the chamber have their own already, they weren't sure if this was for the whole building or excluded those spaces, so. It may be, again, these aren't quotes.
Right.
These are their estimates based on what they think it'll cost. They talked about doing some insulation, which didn't sound practical, and didn't sound like it had had a payback, right? I mean,
Yeah, and
it's
also,
insulating the walls, but they got plaster and then bricks, and they got like that much in some spaces.
If they don't update the windows, it won't make a difference, really.
Yeah, they did talk a little bit about some insulation on the windows, like
Okay.
either a film or curtains.
Okay.
That is not in the,
Film doesn't do anything.
yeah, I don't know if that's in the price estimate or not. Are the curtains in there? So then you got the cost estimate. So the all-in scope is just under 3.3 million. And that's with 120,000 in escalation, because assuming we start in 2025, and then $490,000 in contingency. So they're using a 20% contingency. Maybe a little rich, but maybe not with an old building. I don't know. And then the construction management fee of $200,000. So base construction cost the low cost is 2.2 million, the high cost is 2.45 million. Goes again, low cost 2.996 up to 3.295. So then the question is, how do you pay for it?
Oh, you have to pay for it?
One of the big cost items, the $500,000 for the heating system is in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Right there, 530,000. The fire suppression, which is, I'm not sure, well, excuse me, no, that was plumbing. Plumbing they had because of all the bathroom work that's going on.
What do they have for plumbing?
284,000 to 312,000.
I mean, the HVAC, and it wasn't the numbers that were kicking around previous. 150
Yeah.
type thing. I mean, it just sounds like they're just
Yeah,
saying, we don't know what we're gonna run into, and
They're
right.
doing a heat pump. Can't the heat pump be the AC and the?
Yeah, it is. It will be.
So
Yeah.
there's still $1 million in there for the two?
No. So
Because
it's
I thought the
500.
other one said HVAC 500.
no,
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 it's totally.
same thing.
That was a
Okay,
lot.
gotcha.
So, but they also had 225,000 for a fire curtain because evidently
Is it sprinklers?
Oh,
it is sprinkling, but evidently your code requires that the new code requires that you have a fire curtain to separate the stage
yeah,
from the front of the house.
they're very expensive. Yeah.
So that's a big one. That the elevator work is big. I can't read it up.
What are you bid elevator? Because we got a bid recently at the church.
There are no bids.
Huh?
There are
No bid. Well, I have a couple for the church, they're expensive.
They are. We're updating the one in our condo, and it's crazy expensive. Like 280,000 to.
Where's your condo?
Merrill.
Oh, you all have to do a new one?
Well, we have to update at some point.
Wow.
I can't find the elevator. You see it, Scott? I'm upside down. Oh, here it is.
Elevator foundation.
I'll look at our bid for the church,
Foundation.
because it's three
Oh,
stories.
yeah, that's part of it. 20,000.
With the foundation, and there's gonna be more in here, I just,
They are
I don't
getting
see it.
expensive.
Should be.
Yeah, I know it's in there, I just don't, because you said that the elevator cost was
That's
in there.
like, yeah, one of the biggest.
Yeah. I'm just not seeing it.
Well, I mean, it's
So,
good.
so that's
Yeah.
that. So now what's the next step? So the question is, how do you pay for it, right? Do we, I think now that we have this, it gives us the material we need to go after grants.
Yeah,
And I need to reach out to Russ to see, is there somebody who can be designated as a grant coordinator for it? Whether it's Melissa, because she's on the working group for the, whatever we are on, the town hall group.
Ad hoc committee or whatever.
She's on there, and I know she's written a lot of grants. Is it Julie Gilman? I don't know. But I know there are a number of grants. There's our town grants out there where the actually application period closes August 1st, and that's up to 150,000. Most of these are going to require some matching funds, but I think if we could line up some grants and maybe some donations and have some money in the capital fund from the rentals. And I have to reach out also to the rest. I'm not sure how much money is in the capital reserve. Do you have any idea?
I don't know, not off the top of my head.
Because if you remember, all the rental income goes into that reserve fund.
We spend a little bit of it on
shares and on the survey.
Dollies.
And on the survey.
Yeah, on this. Yeah.
So, but again, I think this is a critical first step so that we can go after,
Yeah, got some plans, some images, some numbers.
And she said it was what, 6 to 10 months construction, she thought? Or 8 to 10 months? It was fairly short. I was
Yeah,
surprised.
I think 8 to 10.
I mean, once they mobilize, so, things like elevator parts, you're gonna have to order months in advance.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously, now is the perfect time because it's being used so minimally and
Right.
post-COVID, it's like still trying to get back going. So it's like if we can make it happen.
The other thing it does not include lights, sound, projection. Okay, so that screen with projection, so
Did they say why they didn't?
that's not their area of
Just
expertise. They're just looking at the structural and the uses. Again, they said you should bring in an AV person to do that kind of an estimate.
Right.
I was thinking for the theater part too, like who's the person helping design the stage part and who would you reach out to, like get the big screen and stuff
Well,
like that, yeah.
we'd want to have some AV, somebody who's got experience in theater equipment.
A whole lot of people at Phillips are,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if we have that much money.
I mean, Bob has one that came from a local guy that does this professionally. This was 5-6 years ago.
Right, I remember that.
It's a working, template of possibilities.
Yeah, and I think, technology, I'm sure has even changed since just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I need to talk to Russ about the next steps. Do we start applying for grants? Do we put together a package? Do we seek donations? Or do we put it on the warrant for next year? And I think I would love to have some grants lined up.
Right. Be able to say,
Say it's going to be offset, whatever we raise in funding will be used to match grants that will offset a big chunk of this.
is the town allowed to do like specific kinds of fundraising or is there limitations? Like, I don't know,
I know Parks and Rec does it from time to time.
yeah, I mean, Parks and Rec we can through the town hall revolving fund. I mean, if we
Okay.
raise, whatever, $4 or $5 grand in a couple weeks just for some chairs, I mean, if this is really coming to fruition, and I think with all the stakeholders involved in helping with fundraising, I think we can really,
But we're not limited necessarily, like, we want to do a cabaret or something, but we're on the town committee, like, would that be wrong? Certain things like that, I don't know.
we already got approval that
Okay.
we can engage in fundraising, so.
Yeah, so, and I think we put together a package, it's like any kind of fundraising campaign. You're gonna wanna find some anchor donors and, because as you know, we went through it with the IOGA, and it's hard when you get a lot of small donors.
Right.
You get $150,000 donor, it makes life a lot simpler.
Yeah.
As opposed to the $10.
Exactly. That was a whole different
Yeah.
thing we were trying to demonstrate.
Right, I mean,
Yeah.
good, we can help.
So it's making progress. I know it's been frustratingly slow, but
But, I mean, that's what we need. We need,
Yeah, exactly.
that packet to be able to show people and
Yeah.
grant attachments and all that. So,
I
yeah.
don't know, is this on, this document must be on the website someplace.
I don't know if it is.
Be nice if it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
It's public document,
So
so
good for people to be able to see
the
it.
town paid for it. Or actually, we paid for it.
Yeah,
I bet it's on, I mean, if it was presented in that
Yeah, I don't know.
stakeholders meeting, I bet it's somewhere. It
Talk
might
to
be,
Russ about
might
it.
be buried, but I'm sure it's on the,
Well, this would be a good thing for Bob to do a quick little
oh, yeah,
flip on
yeah,
it.
video.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It's a good idea.
yep.
So,
And then that could be attached.
Would that be a meeting that was listed in the meetings that would have a packet online somewhere?
I don't know, it was May 20th. There was no agenda, it was a presentation, and it was open to the public, I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not listed on here.
But I think the video would be more effective and that could be attached.
Yeah,
Then people, you're explaining what it is you're trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we're gonna do a fundraising campaign, we're gonna wanna have a pretty slick package that includes video, includes taking pictures of artist rendering, talking to local groups that will use it and saying what a great thing it would be for the town and,
Well, it's just time. It's been there a long time.
well, no kidding, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's
If
being.
anyone's gone in there in the summertime, they will never go again. Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be nice to have, as you walk in, like a sign that has the donors,
Yep.
levels, and
Yep.
that way, I mean, like, that's a start. It's the first thing that comes to mind.
We'll name it the Florence Ruffner Performing Arts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it'll be the Scott Ruffner.
And it's a great building too to like host like a gala or something.
Anything.
Yeah. So like,
Well, just like when they do the scholarship fund.
Right,
It's lovely. The turnout's great.
yep,
But a different, things upgraded a bit would help. Just look how much the chairs have helped. I actually don't mind sitting there.
And we're still selling those chairs. Yeah. still,
You might be
like,
doing that 20 years from now.
I mean, I saw a woman I know who refinishes antiques and everything. She bought
yeah,
full of
she bought some and then came back for more.
more. Yeah. She's-
Did she refinish them?
oh yeah, they look great. But,
Did she paint
I
them?
didn't have the heart to.
I don't know if she painted. I think she was just gonna like sand and stain
Yeah,
it.
she refinishes them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Do we have anything else?
They'd be cool painted, a lot of different colors.
anything else on the town hall?
Or anything else in general that anyone wants to talk about? No, we don't have-
Yeah, Scott, do you get the grant emails that
Yeah, from
Lisa Burke McCoy
Yes.
sends? Okay.
Yep.
There's loads of those, and I never know if there's something,
I mean, I got
Going
that
after
from,
us.
yeah, I got one today at 4:00.
I don't know. if
They
there's-
come in a lot, so it's
I mean, there's some that are geared towards communities, but there's also some geared towards artists.
And
And so,
historic building, I would think.
well, not so much from the arts people, but it's you're creating community resource. That's one that's geared towards the towns, but there's also ones where if you have artists that, or groups that put on performances, there's money available for that. So I was thinking, team or even Parks and Rec when we do the Tuneful Tuesdays.
yeah, start.
Are there
Yeah.
grants that we should be going after?
And there are, I mean, there are. The answer is yes, but like you said, it's like, having someone that is checking them and applying. And I think, what I should probably start doing is, even if we all start sharing them, I think as a byproduct of this committee, hey, Exeter needs to get, I think it'll be good advertising for this, that, there's a lot of funding out there that encouraging all the groups and all the artists and all the organizations to kind of be in the know, then I think maybe we might be able to find some people that just, they do work in a way that they tend to grant these to the people that are, it's how many lottery tickets you're buying. So
Exactly.
the more applications that are coming in from Exeter.
And they're different organizations.
Yeah.
By the way, I found the elevator in here. It's under conveyance, which
Oh, okay.
is it's 280,000 low, 308,000 high. So it's a big chunk of money, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
All right.
Something new I have is the Planet Playground Subcommittee. We're talking about what do we want to restore with the playground? What extra amenities do we want at the playground? We've been talking about fencing, and so there's going to be a chain link fence, but outside of that separates town property to, the nursing home, I think that's right there. A fence with some sort of like art installation. So I just wanted to let you all know that eventually we'll be looking to maybe come up with some sort of like competition, maybe, or I don't know.
Was it going to be a wooden fence or?
Yeah, wooden. It might be vinyl, actually, but just a basic fence. But so like an opportunity to like put something on it, like a mural or some sort of artwork.
Can you paint them?
No, what you do is you come up with a design, you fit the specs, and then you send it off to the vinyl printing company, like the billboard people, and they'll print it for you. And then they can actually do it for you, or you could do it, but like it's heat like sealed
cool.
to the
You do it
fence.
for a
Yeah.
car, the stuff.
Oh, yeah,
that
like the vinyl
advertising
wraps.
van or something.
Right, yeah.
So it could be removed easily, and you could like replace it, or if it's something we want to like permanent, like something to like consider too. We want this like a yearly sort of competition, or
That'd be
something like
fun.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. And there's like a few things that I think people would like to see restored, like kept from the original one. So that may include like touching it up. But it's still like art related,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say.
that's cool. All right. I don't have anything else. The next meeting is the 27th of June. And I think we'll be back in our regular room up there.
Okay.
So the Thursday?
Nope, sorry, I did do that, didn't I? Yes, I did.
June
25th.
25th, sorry, yep, I wrote the wrong date. I don't know why I always want it to be Thursday. Is it ever?
Yeah.
6:25, all right. And let me know if you can't make it, and then we'll know if we can hold the meeting or not.
But now that it's back on Tuesday, I should be able to make them.
Okay.
When you send the email, if I'm coming, I just don't respond. Can you say if you're not coming?
But then there's several people that don't respond at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's got.
I would reword it and say,
Well, I was
let
doing
me
that
know
too.
either way.
I was doing
Yeah.
that too, and people wouldn't respond. So I keep changing it up. I'm like, please tell me if you're gonna be there.
And
Please.
do not reply.
BB.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, do not reply.
Right, we adjourned?
Motion to adjourn meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, perfect.
What?
Thank you.
Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv. Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.